Hey, Faithful! Welcome to another episode of Voice of a Niner Faithful. I'm Jason, your host. It's time for Instant Reaction, our 26-21 loss, first loss of the season, at home, unfortunately. Let's dive in, shall we? But first, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to get more 49ers content from a fan's perspective. Well, it was definitely a sloppy game. A completely sloppy game. Both sides of the ball, all three phases of the ball. Of course, special teams they never should have gotten the touchdown on special teams. The offense couldn't keep Purdy protected. Even Trent Williams, it looked like he was just getting pushed around. It was crazy. And the defense, they had some good moments, but they just couldn't get home. I don't think they even had a sack. I'm gonna look up that right now. No sacks at all. I don't even think they had pressures. I'm gonna look at that right now. Defense. I'm looking at ESPN right now. D. Winters had the most total tackles, 9 solo, then Fred, then Marquis Siegel, Diameter Lenore. Here, I can bring this. I think I can work this today. All right, look at that. But yeah, no sacks. Couple tackles for losses. D. Winters, Demo, Luter, Okwanu, Bryce Huff. Even Clea Davis had some. But yeah, it was not good. No, look at this. Quarterback hits, none. They could not make it to the quarterback. It was terrible. And then the offense, receiving, McCaffrey still normal up there. Pearsall, I guess, hurt his knee during the game, so he only had the 4 catches, 46 yards. But still, the 31-yarder was really good. Juwan Jennings hurt. Kendrick Bourne dropped. There were this game was all around poor, especially for the fact that Jacksonville had all those penalties against them, and we still couldn't get anything going. We still had 309 yards from Brock Purdy, 8.1 average, 2 TDs, and 2 interceptions. That kind of sounds familiar from the first game. And he was sacked. And he sack, fumble. It was an all-around poor performance. But even with a poor performance, we still managed to get 21 points. But it wasn't the prettiest way we got them. We could have definitely played this game better. The injuries were definitely not helping us at all. Ricky Pearsall getting hurt again. Juwan Jennings getting hurt again. Kendrick Bourne dropping passes. Even Christian McCaffrey, he had over total almost 150, 141 yards total. But he was winded by the end, you could tell. Yeah, this whole thing was just poor. I'm not going to there's no way to sugarcoat it. I can give a little kudos because, yeah, at least Brock Purdy tried to make a comeback at the end, but then that last chance that they had, he held on to the ball too long, got hit by former 49er Eric Armstead, where he got the sack, and yeah, it was unfortunate. That big run by ETN for the touchdown, that shouldn't have happened. It was an all-around bad performance. So there's a lot of things we need to get fixed up in the next 5 days. But the catch is they don't usually have a practice between a Sunday game and a Thursday night game. The Rams came out with a win against the Colts. So while we should still be top of the division because we have 2 division wins, we're now 3-1. A plus side is the loss to the Jaguars. It's a loss to an AFC opponent, which is better than a loss to an NFC opponent for playoff purposes. So I think if we were going to lose one, this was the one to lose. I'm happy we won last week. I'm happy we won the first 3, as a matter of fact, but this one was ugly. Definitely a lot of things could have gone better in our favor, but Jacksonville tried to give it to us. All the penalties that Jacksonville had, they tried to give it to us, but the team just didn't want to take it. So things that the 49ers need to clean up on. Yes, the normal thing with special teams. At least our kicker is still making his kicks. This isn't Jake Moody. Pinheiro he's making the kicks, which is important. It's tackling, it's angles to the runner, it's all of that. It needs to get cleaned up. I'm hoping, I doubt it, but I'm hoping Shanahan has at least a walkthrough of something between now and Thursday night. Brian Robinson being back, that was a pivotal catch. Not Brian Robinson, sorry. Demarcus Robinson. That was a really good catch. 1 reception, 20 yards. He was targeted only twice, but the other one that was a really tough catch all around. It was in a lot of traffic, so I didn't expect that. But next game, hopefully, he'll know more of what's going on, be a little bit more on pace with what's happening with how Brock Purdy does things. I really had hoped Kendrick Bourne would have been better, but with Robinson back, maybe it's time to bring somebody else up from the practice squad and put Bourne on the practice squad. I don't know if we can do that since we signed him to the 53-man roster, but something's got to give. That was a really poor performance from Kendrick Bourne. Hopefully Ricky Pearsall, his knee isn't horrible, and he'll still be able to play against the Rams on Thursday. Jake Tonjes, there's a plus. He did really good. Another touchdown for him. Awesome job for him. Christian McCaffrey got his touchdown. Technically, it wasn't a rushing touchdown. So we still have not gotten a rushing touchdown this season as a team. But special teams, tackling, offensive line. Oh my God. Like I mentioned earlier, Trent Williams. What? I know he's getting up there. And I know he's been a really good tackle. And he still is a really good tackle. But he's getting pushed around a lot. I think we definitely need to look into, as a team, the offensive line. I know the big trade thing everyone's talking about is getting someone to replace defensive end. But no one can replace Bosa. So while, yes, it'd be nice to get somebody big for that, But it's still too early. I don't think that's going to happen until closer to the trade deadline anyway. I think maybe we need to consider offensive line, some big name offensive line that we could possibly get. I know we have a rookie on the offensive line, Connor Colby. He's doing okay, and he's learning. Depending on how well all the games in October, pretty much, depending on how our games in October go, will depend on what we're going to do. Now, our games in October start with Thursday Night Football against the Rams. And then they move on to Tampa, I think, is Game 6. Hopefully, this is not a guarantee. Hopefully, Kittle will be back. We'll see. Obviously, it's been discussed a lot that I don't think we're going to get Ayuk back by Game 6. It'd be nice, but it's not looking there. Hopefully we'll get some sort of update on when that might happen. But why don't we look at the 49ers and the rest of their schedule here. Rams, Bucks, Falcons, Texans. That's our October games. And then the first game of November will be the Giants. So I think we still have a chance if we can go 2-2 out of that. The Rams are going to be tough. We might lose to them. It's coming off a tough loss here at home. Now we got to go down to Levi South. And, excuse me, without practice between now and then, that's what's going to, it's going to be tough. The Buccaneers, they made a try. They almost came back and won their game. They're doing really good this season. And the Falcons, they did really good today too, but I still think we can beat them and beat the Texans as well. So the toughest two games are the next two, Rams and Buccaneers. Though we can't overlook the Falcons and the Texans. But if we can, like I said, if we can pull off two of the four, and by then be 5-3, I'm still okay with that. Be nice to be more 6-2 or 7-1, but we have to be realistic here. We do have a lot of rookies on the team. They are still learning. Every game, they're learning more. They're getting better. It might not look like it, but they are. My biggest concern right now is with the Rams. And yeah, it's that's going to be a tough one without any practice between now and then. So I'm not sure how we can pull this out. Practice is going to be missing, but we do have Robert Saleh. He can get those rookies in shape even without practice. He'll think of something. He'll watch the tape of the Rams, and we'll get this going. Hopefully we can squeak out, like I said, at least 2 wins, preferably 3, preferably even 4. But again, realistically, if we can squeak out 2 wins in the next 4 games, I'm okay with that. But as for this game, 26-21 loss at home. It's going to be a tough one. We really need to get our running game going. and it just hasn't been happening. It's our offensive line isn't opening the holes that they need to do to get McCaffrey through them or Robinson through them. I'm not sure what else we can do except keep practicing and get better. So that's my initial takeaway from the game. I'll take another look at the game during the week. And then, obviously, I don't think I'm going to do another video until after the Thursday night game. Except for Thursday during the day, I am going to do my 49ers Trivia Thursday. Don't forget about that. And then after the game on Thursday night, I'll unfortunately not be able to do a quick initial, instant reaction kind of thing because I'll be at work. Thursday night, I unfortunately have to work, so I'll be kind of half watching, half listening to the game. But I'll rewatch it on Friday, and I'll do my video on Friday for this and go over that game. Hopefully, miracles happen and we pull off another win. Until then, don't be down. Still 3-1, still on in the division lead. Let's look forward, not backward. So, go Niners. Have a great rest of your weekend. And see you on Thursday.